Hey everyone, welcome to Legend of Zelda Battle Royale! Before we get started, I just want to make it clear to anyone who's getting their hopes up that this is actually just a concept video. The idea that I have behind doing this video is to actually send a message to Nintendo about the potential of a game mode like this. I'm making this video as a sort of alternative to sending an email or a letter that would otherwise kind of just be ignored or just not have the same impact as a video. The idea behind this and being able to get the message through to Nintendo about this epic idea is that if it does well online and it gets a lot of social media attention, they might actually listen and do it. But before that, let's talk about the concept of a Legend of Zelda Battle Royale game. So how would a Legend of Zelda Battle Royale game work? Everything Nintendo needs to make a game mode like this is already there. It's already made. The best possible Battle Royale would come from transferring assets they've already developed for Breath of the Wild and transferred into a new game mode, such as being able to eat food to restore hearts, being able to climb terrain, the heat and the cold conditions and having to protect against them. All of these are the recipe for such an epic Battle Royale game that's not available and not been seen before. This could bring a whole new fan base to Zelda, especially being able to capitalize on the success of Battle Royale and Fortnite in particular. Another thing to note is Fortnite's success having been built on how different of a Battle Royale it is to all its predecessors. A Zelda Battle Royale would be another occasion where a new Battle Royale game is sufficiently different from its predecessors to have immense success. Other details about what could be found on a map in a Battle Royale game like this would be little camps where you'll be able to cook food using ingredients that you found elsewhere on the map to be able to create better dishes where you'll be able to get better and more health back, and perhaps even little benefits like extra yellow hearts or stamina boosts and such to give you an edge in the next fight. Something similar to Fortnite's shields. You could start with 3 hearts and possibly make heart containers a findable item, or you could just start with 20 hearts and maybe find other items like apples, hunt animals and birds, and be able to cook meals in hotspots. Extreme heat and extreme cold could also be other factors to take into account in a varied map, something that we haven't seen in other Battle Royales where there is icy regions, there's volcanic regions, and then there's obviously the sweet area in between. You'd be able to find clothes to be able to handle these temperature differences on the map as well, and that would give you an advantage in being able to escape from an enemy that might have more skill than you. You'll be able to make your escape into a cold area where they cannot follow. Or maybe they can. Maybe they also found an item. There wouldn't even need to be any big changes to the combat either. You can just superimpose the combat system that's already in place for Breath of the Wild into a multiplayer environment, and that sort of combat would resemble already successful PvP games like Dark Souls. But you have parries, you have shields, swords, you have two-handed swords, you have bows, armors. And that sort of combat in a PvP environment I think would be a huge success, especially for a Zelda Battle Royale game. And the last thing I want to talk about is a little less straightforward for putting into a game like this, but there could be the potential for dynamic events where major enemies spawn on the map where you might be able to kill one of them, retrieve special loot in return, perhaps like an ancient bow and some ancient arrows. Or perhaps the dynamic event can be used to move players or force players out of a certain area. You could have a Ganon spawn temporarily and force players to move from one area into another, perhaps from a moderate climate into an extremely cold climate or a volcanic region. Something similar to that would have been seen in the Darwin project, where there are certain events that force players to move from different zones. Of course, all the mechanics of Breath of the Wild are easily transferable over to a game mode where the Battle Royale version would be incredible. It'd be so much fun. The only question there is, does Nintendo have the technological capacity to be able to sustain dozens of players on a server? One thing is for certain, creating a game mode like this would be incredibly easy for Nintendo because all of the hard work is done. Everything's designed. They just have to superimpose Breath of the Wild and create it multiplayer and put it on servers for people to join and play. But the unmitigated success that a game like this would bring would be something Nintendo should really consider, because this could be a goldmine for them. It could bring in so many new fans that haven't really been fans of Nintendo up till now. And they would take all these new fans from the Battle Royale community. And a Battle Royale game like this would be so unique and different that it would have success, especially now in the age of Battle Royale. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you share it. Share the hell out of it, because if we can get some clout on this video, Nintendo might actually listen, and they might make this a reality. Peace!